Content creation changed my life, but not in the way you think. Yeah, content creation has dirty money. You get to earn a lot of money, you get a lot of brand deals, you get a lot of free products. But this video is not about that. This video is a little personal. It's still about how content creation has completely changed my life, but in an unconventional way. When I was a teenager, I was a very underconfident kid. I was very insecure, very anxious, very shy, and even timid. But although in the forefront it was not visible, like on the outside, internally I was extremely insecure, and I had a lot of social anxiety. Whenever we would go to cafe and restaurants, I would never be able to order for myself. जो भी मेरे साथ होता है, I would just take the back seat and let the other person order for me, talk to the staff and all of that. I couldn't even do something as simple as going out there and asking for an extra tissue. In family functions and events, I would always take the back seat. Although that is still here, like I just don't like socializing that much with people I don't vibe. But back then it was because of social anxiety. Now it's a personal choice. Even something as small as being a part of class discussions, every time there would be people discussing stuff, the teachers and other students, and there would be something I want to add to it. I would not be able to say it. I would say it in my mind. I would literally rehearse that thing that I want to say two, three times in my mind to make sure that I'm saying the right thing. And by the time I finally decide to speak up, they would have moved on with the discussion. Yesterday, I presented the very first academic paper of my life in a national seminar, and I realized that I have changed. I was anxious, I was nervous, my heart was still pounding, but for some reason, I was able to say exactly what I wanted to say, which was not the case before. So we were discussing, and there were things going on, and I wanted to add something. But for the first time in my life, I thought about something and I just spoke it. And I said it in front of so many people. And they agreed with me and they continued with the discussion. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, oh my God, I really just said it. Just like that. It was that easy. For the first time, I was not questioning my thoughts. I was not overthinking my thoughts. I Something just came to my mind and I just said it. And it may not feel like a big deal to a lot of you guys, but it is an extremely big deal to me. Even though my presentation did not work the way I was expecting it to be, things did not go as smoothly as I was expecting, especially like the projector. But I was very confident and I was like, you know what, even if you guys can't see my PPT, I'm going to explain it to you. And I just talked just like that. And after my paper was over, I just sat there thinking to myself, oh my God, that was me. Who is this woman? Because there's no way I could have pulled off what I did yesterday. So the moral of the story is I just sat down and thought to myself, what was the reason behind this radical change? And there was just one answer: content creation. Months and months and months of creating content, months of talking in front of the camera, months of articulating my thoughts. The skills that I've earned in content creation is finally seeping into my life, and it has changed me in ways I did not even realize. And it's just not about presenting better. There's so many magical things have happened just because I've started creating content. Yes, I have earned a little money and I get a lot of free products, makeup products, but that is not the important part. The important part is the opportunities I got requests to host podcasts just because they liked the way I spoke. Currently I'm working with a baby company known as the Vivid Browns, and I'm making videos for them, and they found me through my videos. So basically, the opportunities and the potential is limitless. And tomorrow, if I decide to work in the field of content creation and digital marketing, not as a content creator, but the corporate side of it, for other people and other brands, my account is going to act as a portfolio. A lot of people think talking to a camera is very different from talking to a group of people, but I beg to differ, because when you actually sit down to record, you realize it's not that different. You still stumble, you still stutter, you still say the wrong thing. In the camera, you just have the option to edit it later. In real life, you don't. But guess what? Even if you stutter in real life, you can just say, oh, I'm sorry, I meant this. And you can just do that. Who would have thought? Yesterday, I was the calmest I've ever been in a social setting. I was the most confident I've ever been in a social setting. I am articulating my thoughts so much better. When you have months and months of practice of saying exactly what you're thinking, it kind of seeps into your real life as well. The only reason I was not overthinking my thoughts yesterday is because I have been not overthinking my thoughts since months. Whatever comes to my mind, I just say it in front of the camera, and that's exactly what I did yesterday in front of people. People in my college, and even yesterday, I went to another college. There were people who recognized me and were like, you know what? I think I've seen your videos and I like your videos. And mind you, my community is not even that big. I have a very, very small, very, very limited community, and even then there are people who are appreciating my content. There has been times where I would have a very bad day, by the end of the day I would get a comment, a very random comment, probably on a video that I posted months ago, and that would completely change my day and turn it into a good day. And I've always been very, very grateful for it. By creating content, I have finally started taking my thoughts seriously. I've stopped questioning my thoughts, I've stopped questioning my opinions. I finally take myself and my opinion seriously, and it has also helped me to get over the fear of judgment, because when you're putting your videos out there in front of so many strangers, at first it is very, very overwhelming, but with time you kind of get used to it. It's like a very normal thing for you. And now, even if someone is not agreeing with me and my opinion, I'm not scared. I'm not like, oh my god, ab kya hoga? No, I'm like, okay, fine. You have your opinion, I have my own opinion. So basically, the whole point of this video is, if you want to create videos and agar tumhare dimag mein aaya hai for even a millisecond that okay, maybe I should create videos, maybe I should start creating content, do it. Please, please do it. It's completely fine if you want to do it for money. It's completely fine if you want to do it for free products. It's completely human to have those desires. But the invisible growth that will happen inside of you, in your personality, will be immeasurable. So please do it. If you're going to start it for money, then at first you may get a little demotivated, because you'll finally realize how hard content creation is. Not hard in comparison to other careers, but it is hard, okay? But the good news is, if you by any chance fall in love with content creation, there's no stopping. I feel like I have basically shifted my identity. My identity has changed. I went from someone who identified as someone who is socially anxious, who couldn't speak properly, who wouldn't take her thoughts seriously, into someone who is extremely confident and just trusts herself. That's pretty much it. So, start creating content if you want to, and don't get demotivated if you don't get followers and viewers at first. With time, you will get them. The most important part is, it's going to be life changing, and trust me, do it.